Hello everyone, Joel here. We're still in the middle of action RPG momentum, and I think this would be a great time to talk about some of the best modern action RPG games that deserve the perfect 10 out of 10 score. Sure, there's no such thing as a perfect game, but these titles are the highest to hit my dopamine when hacking and slashing through monsters. Some of you might disagree with my list, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, we all have our own opinion. Before we continue the video, I want to inform you that right now, there are tons of crazy deals in instant gaming, especially if you love RPG games. Remember how expensive modern gaming lately? Well, not anymore, since you can get so many amazing titles with crazy discounts in instant gaming. Can you believe that just with $10 or even less than $5, you can enjoy one of the best gaming experiences in your life? Just look at these titles. It used to cost like $30 or even more than $40. And to make things even crazier, some games even drop so far to just $1. If you're a smart guy, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games, and use the activation code on your chosen platform. By using my link, you're not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Nioh 2 refines its identity as a demanding action RPG by doubling down on mechanical depth and player-driven mastery. Combat is fast, precise, and highly flexible, supported by stance switching, stamina control, and a wide range of weapons that all feel mechanically distinct. New systems like soul cores and burst counters add meaningful layers to encounters, turning enemy pressure into calculated opportunities when used correctly. Progression is dense with extensive customization across gear, skills, magic, and guardian spirits that support long-term experimentation. While the narrative remains serviceable rather than memorable, Nioh 2's challenge, replayability, and consistently rewarding combat make it one of the genre's strongest modern entries. Lies of P delivers a tightly controlled action experience that constantly tests timing, positioning, and decision-making. Combat revolves around precise guards, weapon durability management, and deliberate stamina use, with enemies designed to punish panic and reward pattern recognition. Boss fights escalate through multi-phase encounters that demand mastery of perfect guard timing and smart use of Legion arms, from grappling enemies into range to staggering them with explosive tools. The weapon assembly system allows blades and handles to be mixed freely, creating distinct attack speeds and skill combinations that meaningfully change encounters. Carefully layered levels, frequent shortcuts, and clearly communicated systems make exploration engaging, while difficulty remains firm but consistently readable.
Is death.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 expands its grounded medieval RPG formula into a larger, more confident experience that emphasizes story, immersion, and skill-driven gameplay. Henry's journey continues with a politically charged narrative supported by strong characters and a dense, historically grounded world. Cities like Kuttenberg feel alive, while quests consistently afford filler through meaningful choices and varied objectives. Combat refines the first game's demanding melee system, rewarding preparation and progression without abandoning realism. Despite occasional technical issues and conflicts between linear storytelling and open-world freedom, its scale, writing quality, and systemic depth make it one of the most compelling open-world RPGs of its generation. NieR Automata blends fast, responsive action combat with a narrative structure that constantly shifts perspective and mechanics. Fighting machines involves fluid light and heavy combos, aerial juggles, weapon swapping, and constant pod fire, creating battles that feel kinetic without overwhelming complexity. Boss encounters frequently change camera angles and genres, moving from character action to bullet hell shooting within the same fight. What truly defines the experience, however, is its story delivery, supported by exceptional voice acting and a powerful soundtrack that gives emotional weight to every major encounter. Dark Souls 3 refines the previous entry's formula into its most aggressive form, demanding faster reactions while preserving deliberate stamina-based combat. Enemies attack in tight chains, forcing consistent dodge timing, shield discipline, and smart spacing. Level design emphasizes vertical paths, dense enemy placement, and frequent shortcuts, rewarding careful exploration with upgrade materials and hidden areas. Boss fights lean heavily on multi-phase encounters that test adaptability and pattern recognition. While frame rate dips persist in complex areas, Dark Souls 3 delivers one of the best balances of challenge, progression, and mechanical clarity. Diablo 2 Resurrected preserves the original game structure while modernizing how it feels to play. Combat remains fast and readable, built around skill timing, positioning, and crowd control. Class progression is defined by strict stat and skill choices, making early decisions meaningful and builds highly specialized. Randomized maps and loot sustain long-term replayability, especially through Nightmare and Hell difficulties, where resistances, enemy modifiers, and gear synergy matter far more. Quality of life updates, controller support, and instant visual switching improve accessibility without altering balance. While server stability can disrupt sessions, the core loop remains intact, rewarding planning, repetition, and mastery across hundreds of hours. Mass Effect Legendary Edition updates BioWare's trilogy in ways that improve playability without altering its core identity. Combat in the first game feels noticeably tighter, with improved aiming, faster cooldown feedback, and more reliable cover behavior, while Mass Effect 2 and 3 remain largely intact. Dialogue choices still meaningfully shape relationships, quest outcomes, and long-term story consequences across all three games. Visual upgrades sharpen character models, lighting, and environments, and load times are drastically reduced. The complete DLC package strengthens pacing and character arcs. While dated animations remain visible, Legendary Edition delivers a cohesive, accessible way to experience one of RPG gaming's most influential sci-fi sagas. Hades 2 expands Supergiant's roguelite formula with greater mechanical depth and road variety while preserving its tight combat loop. Melinoe's combat emphasizes positioning, crowd control, and mana management, with cast placement and hex abilities shaping every encounter. Multiple progression paths, including parallel surface and underworld routes, significantly increase run variety and reduce repetition. Weapons offer distinct playstyles through unlockable aspects, encouraging experimentation across builds. Boons now feature clearer synergy through elemental affinities, making planning more deliberate without slowing pacing. Strong character writing, consistent difficulty scaling, and frequent permanent upgrades maintain momentum across long sessions, cementing Hades 2 as a confident and substantial evolution of the original. God of War Ragnarök expands the 2018 reboot with deeper combat systems, broader realms, and heavier narrative focus on player-driven momentum. Kratos retains his axe and blades core, but added shield types, elemental interactions, and ability chaining push fights toward faster decision-making and tighter crowd control. Encounters demand constant movement, parry timing, and smart target prioritization as enemy variety and status effects increase across realms. Exploration benefits from more vertical level design, layered puzzles, and optional side content that meaningfully rewards upgrades and skill growth. While the story pacing is uneven, Ragnarök delivers consistent mechanical refinement, standout boss encounters, and one of the most polished action RPG combat loops available today. Grim Dawn delivers a deliberately paced action RPG built around meaningful build decisions and long-term progression. Combat emphasizes positioning, cooldown management, and resistance stacking rather than constant screen clearing speed. Its dual-class mastery system allows players to combine two classes, opening deep build variety that directly affects skill synergies, damage types, and survivability. Loot supports specialization through set bonuses, faction gear, and crafting rather than random power spikes. The campaign maintains steady momentum through interconnected quests and escalating enemy threats, while endgame modes reward refinement instead of repetition. The visuals might not be the best, but Grim Dawn compensates with depth, replayability, and one of the most flexible character systems in the genre. Bloodborne reshapes the Souls formula around speed, aggression, and risk management. Combat rewards forward pressure through the rally system, allowing lost health to be recovered by striking back quickly instead of retreating. Transforming trick weapons add real tactical depth, enabling mid-combo stance changes that alter range, speed, and crowd control. Enemy placement is dense and punishing, forcing careful stamina use and precise dodge timing rather than shield reliance. Level design emphasizes shortcuts over checkpoints, making survival between lamps a constant test. While long load times and unstable frame pacing disrupt flow, Bloodborne's combat identity, enemy variety, and progression systems remain uniquely demanding and deeply rewarding. Nioh 3 delivers the most refined combat Team Ninja has ever built, pairing extreme mechanical depth with faster, more flexible encounters. The addition of Ninja stance fundamentally changes how fights unfold, allowing rapid pressure, ability regeneration through aggression, and seamless swapping with the more methodical Samurai stance. Open-world zones replace mission maps, offering optional bosses, skill unlocks, and Guardian Spirit upgrades that meaningfully support progression. Enemy aggression and stamina punishment remain relentless, demanding precision and build awareness. While loot management is overwhelming early on and environments lack enemy identity, Nioh 3's combat systems, boss design, and build freedom firmly place it at the top of the Souls-like genre.
Such deftness. Could you be the one to eliminate dark areas? Like the inside of a cave.
Monster Hunter World refines the series' core hunting loop into a smoother, more readable action without reducing its depth. Each hunt begins with tracking monsters through footprints and environmental clues, leading to long, deliberate battles where stamina control, positioning, and weapon mastery matter more than raw damage. The 14 weapon types radically change combat rhythm, from slow commitment-based strikes to mobile aerial pressure. Crafting ties progression directly to monster behavior, rewarding broken parts and specific kills with targeted upgrades. Seamless maps, smarter monster AI, and expanded multiplayer integration make repeated hunts engaging, while high-rank content significantly extends challenge and customization. The Witcher 3 delivers a vast open-world RPG built around choice-driven storytelling and flexible combat systems. Exploration rewards attention through contract hunts, environmental clues, and branching side quests that often resolve with lasting consequences. Combat blends swordplay, science, potions, and oils, requiring preparation and varied enemy knowledge. Progression supports multiple builds, from melee-focused swordplay to sign-heavy control setups. Gear crafting and economy systems reinforce monster hunting as a meaningful source of income. While the main story suffers from pacing issues, the density and quality of optional content, character writing, and systemic reactivity make this game one of the most engaging role-playing experiences available. Dark Souls Remastered remains one of my most replayable action RPGs of all time. Lordran's interconnected world rewards exploration through shortcuts, hidden items, and optional areas that meaningfully affect progression. Build freedom allows melee, range, or magic-focused characters, supported by deep weapon upgrades and stat investment. Combat is slow and deliberate, forcing players to manage stamina, spacing, and enemy patterns. Death is frequent, but each failure teaches safe routes, ambush locations, and boss timings. While movement and pacing feel dated, Dark Souls level design, tension-driven combat, and long-term satisfaction remain unmatched. Cyberpunk 2077 delivers a dense, systems-driven RPG where moment-to-moment play feels consistently engaging. Gunfights blend shooting, movement, and cyberware abilities, letting builds lean into hacking, stealth, or raw firepower. Night City feels active at street level, with gigs, conversations, and combat encounters constantly pulling you off the main path. Progression steadily opens stronger weapons, perks, and quick hacks that noticeably change how fights unfold. Moreover, the Phantom Liberty DLC adds tighter mission design and stronger narrative pacing. While few technical issues still appear sometimes, but the sheer scale, player freedom, and mechanical depth make this version a complete and rewarding experience. Till this day, Path of Exile still lives and dies by the weight of its systems. Combat is fast but punishing, demanding constant movement, flask management, and careful positioning as enemy packs stack modifiers that can erase careless builds in seconds. Progression revolves around socketed skill gems, where a single support swap can completely change how an ability behaves. The campaign now functions as a long onboarding phase, pushing players toward the Atlas of Worlds, where mapping, delve, heist, and league mechanics layer into a deep endgame loop. It remains intimidating, poorly taught, and deeply rewarding for players willing to learn. Black Myth: Wukong delivers a tightly focused action RPG that demands attention in every fight. Combat is fast but deliberate, built around staff combos, perfectly timed dodges, and focus-based abilities that reward patience over button mashing. Boss encounters arrive frequently and often feel like skill checks, forcing you to learn attack patterns, spacing, and when to commit to heavy strikes. Progression is forgiving, allowing you to grind experience, unlock new abilities, and adjust your approach without heavy penalties. While exploration is limited, its strong visual direction, responsive controls, and steady stream of challenging encounters keep the momentum strong throughout. Skyrim Special Edition is a beautifully remastered classic, retaining the magic that made players fall in love 15 years ago. The world is vast, rich, and full of surprises, from serene forests to bizarre encounters that feel alive. Quests, both major and minor, still captivate, and the leveling system rewards patience and mastery. The visual overhaul modernizes the landscapes, though acting and dialogue feel dated. While some bugs persist, they rarely break immersion. Mod support also expands possibilities, elevating your experience beyond the default limitation. For newcomers or returning adventurers, Skyrim Special Edition offers hundreds of hours of exploration, discovery, and freedom to shape your own legend. Elden Ring is From Software's most confident evolution yet, blending the studio's demanding combat with an open world built around freedom and discovery. Its story is intentionally opaque, but the mystery of the lands between, supported by strong art direction and environmental storytelling, gives exploration constant purpose. Combat expands on Dark Souls' foundations with Ashes of War, mounted battles, and flexible builds that reward experimentation. Progression is player-driven, letting you step away from difficulty spikes and grow stronger elsewhere. The result is a massive, rewarding RPG that respects player curiosity and sets a new benchmark for open-world design. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other best action RPGs that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best action RPGs that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!